In today's video, I'm going to take you behind my thought process on how I'm creating some content for my June calendar, and at the same time, how I'm sharing it across the board in my social media using Adobe Express. So today, this is just a few product photography that I have. And so we're going to talk about designing, plan, and how we share. And so social media marketing guide. So basically, we're going to start off with product photography, just as you see here. The key is taking beautiful photographs of your product. Or you can also do behind the scene content, document your process. Clean background is perfect. You can do natural backgrounds or rustic background, whatever aesthetic that you're trying to achieve. I love to use clean backgrounds. That way I can bring them in Adobe Express, remove the backgrounds if I want to, import some stock photography from Adobe Photo Stock, and at the same time, just put some fun backgrounds. It doesn't have to be always a stylized photography with a solid background. It can be like a white background or a plain background. That way you can reuse this image and recycle it. While its staging area is key, I love to use props when needed and create some product image photos in real time live moments. Like, let's say, for example, like this bag, this is my beach bag that I love to use. It's actually a wine tote bag. And so I'm just, using that as a staging purposes for the product that I launched actually last week. And since I'm prepping up for summer, I created and designed Hello Summer. And we'll get into this. This is just kind of like an overview of my thought process on how I'm creating my marketing plan for my campaign, for my product marketing campaign. So we are going to paint your story and then unpack your process. And this is kind of like how I'm doing it. I'm taking pictures as I go, I'm staging them as I go, and documenting it. Make sure you're taking lots of photos of your production process. And now when you have all those images in the can and saved up wherever it is, Google Photos, on your desktop, or wherever, I like to put them in my calendar for the month. Or if you want to do a weekly planning, that's fine too. I like to plan a month out. That way I can have everything in the can ready to go. So this is my June calendar and how I love to plan out all my social media content just for my small business. So basically, I use some of my images that I have taken photos of, and then I have them in the can ready to go. As you can see here are the different things. I don't know if you've seen my my social media platforms. I have done that this week, and so I'm creating a story that I am launching new product, especially for my wholesalers. I just want to get the message out. So that's my message for the week, and the following week starts off with something too. You can also fill up your calendar with different themes. When you plan a strategy, I think having content pillars that you're trying to fill will help. And when you do plan your content, it just removes the stress out of like, okay, what am I going to do on today? What am I going to be posting on Wednesday or Thursday? I think having a cohesive plan that kind of maps out what you want to do for that week, for that month, helps big time. So definitely plan ahead. Once you do that, you can create. I'm using Adobe Express, and I really love it. It's a platform that I can use on my desktop, on my phone, on my iPad. And so here are a few examples, and we'll get into that and start building from scratch. And I'm going to teach you how I created some of these things that I have on here in my social media marketing kit. And so I posted an IG post, like a little blurb about my new product, and then I took my in real time, in real life image with my tote bag, and then I resized the same image post for Instagram and created it as a story filler as well. I don't really use a lot of story fillers. Occasionally I will double down, and whatever is on my reels will be posted in my IG story, whatever is in my IG posts. Sometimes I will put it in the IG story. I know a lot of people like to do stories a lot. You can keep it personalized. You can, use all your behind the scene footages on there. You can go live as well. I have done that for one of my markets. I don't use it a lot. I've just, run a very busy household. And so IG stories sometimes is just not for me. And so if you have more time in your hands, definitely you can engage more of your followers and create more content in IG story. And so, when you plan out a week or 2 weeks out, that definitely helps big time. Make sure you're filling your content buckets. You can develop a theme. It could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of theme, or you can do a weekly theme. Occasionally, I like to do weekly theme because it helps. So if I'm starting a day, anything product related, that is involved with a nursery, gifting ideas, then that's how I fill my bucket. You can do seasonal buckets. You can do monthly buckets for different things, different seasons. I think those are the key moments that you want to fill. When you're planning, it takes away the stress out of creating your own content, right? You're not waking up in the middle of the night and thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Or you're not up in the morning and thinking, okay, I need to do this before I start something in the shop. When you do plan, it takes that stress away from you. And I think it's just a lot of prep work goes into it. But once you have all the key elements, it's so easy to pull from and grab content when you need to. When you develop your pillar themes and fill in those gaps, let's say if you have like a little bit of lag time in between content or process, things happen, maybe a kid is sick, or you need to help out at school, or you're needed somewhere for, I don't know, something, various things. Life happens. And so you definitely need to have like things to fill those gaps. And when you develop little things to fill in those holes, content wise, it just makes it for a cohesive content planning. Definitely use trending hashtags. I'm very guilty with this one. I love to load up my posts with a bunch of hashtags, and honestly, I just found out that it's really not benefiting me. A bunch of content creators out there that have 2, 3, or 4, or 5, or 10 hashtags. Really, you can different influencers across the board or all over the world are only using very minimal hashtags. And so moving forward, I think I definitely need to edit myself. I'm very guilty of this one. And so, but if you are not using a hashtag, the rule of thumb from what I've heard, 4 is a magic number. So definitely be thinking about that. Do your research, save those hashtags for that particular post, and then that way, when you're ready to plan ahead and sync up for all your platforms, you have the appropriate hashtag for that post. And so I think creating reels is also applicable for when you're doing your content strategy. Let me scroll back and let's do a quick overview of my June marketing plan for my social platform. I have little play icons that I placed here. I actually created this in Adobe Express as well. There's a bunch of templates that you can use, and then you can add in different images on there when you are in your planning mode. To me, this is so easy. I can do this in different ways as well, but whatever works for you, since I already have the Adobe Express, this is kind of how I'm creating my plan. And so when you add reels, it just makes it so amazing to have different movements on your profile. And IG Reels is a great way to attract new customers and retain, I guess, like just that customer retention or click-through rate. And so when you have engaging reels, not that all my reels are engaging, I have created ones that really did have a lot of views, and then I have some that have generated a lot of views. And so add some personality. If you want to do reels of you dancing, sure, you could do that, or you can do product reels. I mostly do product reels. There's only a few times where I'm in it just because I just don't have the time for that. And so whatever fits your schedule, make it work for it, and then take ownership. So I'm going to play a reels I created actually last night. And so my feed looks like this. So now that we've created a plan, I'm going to teach you guys how I'm using Adobe Express and creating those contents with stylized graphics and different backgrounds. So let's get started. I'm going to create an IG post. And so I think I'm going to start with an image that I want. And let me just probably start from scratch. I'm going to do a social post, and when you go in the home page of Adobe Express, you can select and start from different platforms that you are trying to plan for. I'm going to plan for Instagram right now, and so it will create a template for me. This is suitable for Instagram posts, and it's the square size, and I'm going to add some image in here as well. I am going to my Lightroom. Lightroom is connected within my Adobe Express account. If you don't have that, that's okay, because let me track back here for a second. You can upload straight from your desktop. You can send images to wherever and then load it there. If you select the three buttons right here, it gives you alternative sources for your images. You can do Adobe Stock if you have stock photography that you want to use. If you have Lightroom, I have Lightroom subscription, and so that is populated here. You can also access Dropbox. I have Dropbox, and that's where I save all my files, documents, photos, and images. And you can also do Google Drive if you have that. I have Google Photos as well. For this instance, I think the photos that I'm going to use is stored within my Adobe Lightroom. I use Adobe Lightroom a lot when I'm trying to edit some of my products. And so we are going to start off with this image right here. It is not the right size, and so I am going to expand this real quick. This is actually a lifestyle photography that I created, and it is my tote bag, like I mentioned earlier. And now I'm going to hit OK. You can change the background, or you can choose an image. I think I'm going to use an Adobe stock image, and since this is a nautical theme, I'm going to select some sort of beachy background. Let's look for the right background for this project. Well, this is kind of fun. Well, it's a little much. Let me see. I think I'm going to change it to something else. If you're taking a photo and just, keep that in mind. This picture right here is cropped off to the side. And this type of background doesn't really work. And so I think I'm going to replace it with something that kind of blends with the product image that I have. And so I'm just looking for the right image. Let's see if this one works. That one works. I do love this one. I think that's really cute. I am going to add in some text, and this is what I did before. It's actually a logo design, and it's okay. It doesn't follow my theme, but that's okay because I can go in here and customize it. So I'm removing some of these things that I don't need. I'm changing this one to white just because I think that's too heavy. And I'm using a different type of font for this. Oops. So let's see. Hello is the wording that I want, and I'm changing the letter spacing. That's just the spacing in between each letter. And I think, I don't know if I like that. So I'm going to delete this real quick and then add my own. And I think I'm ready. I'm going to hit download. And I am going to have that saved up. And since I love this one, I'm going to say keychains. I'm naming the file and I'm resizing this one since I'm also posting this for Instagram story. As you can see, the image is just a little bit, the background is resized accordingly to the layout. I'm moving the background just a smidge, and I'm moving my logo right there. I'm moving Hello Summer right here, and I think I'm happy with that. It only takes really a few minutes. It's so easy. Adobe Express just makes you look good without putting too much effort. And so when I'm ready, I'm going to hit schedule. And this is the fun part. This is the new feature within Adobe Cloud Express. And now you can connect your social channel. So let's see. I don't have Twitter, so I'm going to skip that for now. I do have a business profile, and that's key. And I think there was a pop-up, and I'm going to continue. And now I can go back and refresh. Let's see if I'm connected. It looks like I am. And let's see. That is connected right there. I'm going to go ahead and connect my Facebook business page as well. And if you need help or steps and walkthrough, you can click that help button and take it from there. I have, if you have different pages, different groups, you can choose different ones and schedule within that group. But since I'm doing this for my small business, I'm going to connect my business page. And it looks like I am connected. As you can see here, things that are not connected will appear here. And social platforms that are connected are here. And you can see the state. It says I am connected. So now that you have connected your social media platform, you can go ahead and create a post. You can use this side or click within the calendar. I'm going to click within the calendar. That way it is set on the right day, and I just need to select the time. I'm going to add the caption that I'm going to be using. I will go ahead and upload the artwork that we created earlier, and I will select the social platforms that I will be sending it to. I selected Instagram and Facebook, and selecting preview as well. I want to see how it's going to look like on Instagram and Facebook, and I think I'm very happy with this. I will go ahead and say draft post and add it to my calendar, and as you can see here, I already have my artwork ready to go, or my image ready to go for Instagram and Facebook. If you need to edit, all you need to do is double click, select the right profile, and then edit as you go. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And at the same time, hit that bell. That way you can get notifications every time I upload and share a new video. Thank you so much.